This evening, we begin with the National Assembly's approval of an additional $1.8 billion in funds channeled through the contingency fund to support various government ministries' operations. We'll delve into how these funds are being allocated across sectors of the various ministries. Next, we turn to a tragic incident in Paradise West Coast, Berbice, where Dwayne Bias lost his life. We'll provide details of this alleged murder, the circumstances leading up to the altercation, and the current status of the suspect, Nasir Allen, who is in police custody. In transportation news, Public Works Minister Bishop One Edgehill has issued a warning against unauthorized increases in transport fares. We'll discuss the government's stance on fare hikes and the measures being taken to address instances of overcharging in minibuses, speedboats, and aircraft fares. Moving on to a tragic development from Berbice, we report on the death of Goan Chan Prasad, who was found in a shallow grave after going missing on a fishing trip. We'll cover the ongoing police investigation, including the detention of 2 individuals for questioning in connection with the incident. Lastly, from Haiti, we bring you a concerning update on the repatriation of Haitian nationals by the Dominican Republic. The support group for returnees and refugees reports a significant surge in deportation with alarming conditions and humanitarian concerns. We'll delve into the details of these repatriations and the broader implications for the region. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for December 20th, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the National Assembly has approved an additional $1.8 billion in funds channeled through the contingency fund to support government ministries' operations. The funds span various sectors such as foreign affairs, home affairs, agriculture, and education. A significant amount, some $643 million, goes to the Ghana Sugar Corporation, Gaisuco, to bolster its operational needs. Additionally, increased security expenses for several administrative regions are covered. The funds address immediate needs arising from October 1st, 2023 to December 8, 2023, ensuring continued progress towards a thriving economy. The supplementary appropriation bill, valued at $25.9 billion, was also presented. For the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, $382.4 million was approved for foreign policy development under subsidies and contributions to international organizations. The voted provision for the ministry is $857.5 million. Under the education sector, the sum of $20 million for national and other events was approved by the committee. Additionally, $24 million was approved for the Ministry of Home Affairs. In other news, neither the Maritime Administration Department nor the Government of Guyana have sanctioned, approved, or condoned overcharging from minibuses, speedboats, or even aircraft fares during this season. Public Works Minister Bishop One Edgehill has issued a stern warning against unauthorized increases in transport fares, emphasizing that the government has not approved any fare hikes. The Maritime Administration Department will swiftly address instances of overcharging, and citizens are urged to report such cases. Minister Edgehill was at the time addressing concerns raised by Opposition Member of Parliament Jurita Fernandez about operators requesting more than the approved fares of $2,500 for passengers traveling the Perico-Bartica route. Despite the Christmas season, Minister Edgehill stressed the government's commitment to maintaining law and order and protecting citizens from exploitation. He highlighted that operators benefit from government concessions, such as the removal of excise taxes on fuel to offset global fuel price increases. The Parliamentary Committee of Supply also provides $79 million in supplementary funding to support the Transport and Harbors Department. Moving on, police are investigating a tragic incident in Paradise West Coast, Berbice, where Dwayne Bias, a 27-year-old self-employed individual from Golden Fleece, lost his life on Tuesday, December 19. The alleged murder occurred just after noon at Middle Street, Paradise. Reports indicate that Bias and the 26-year-old suspect Nasir Allen were engaged in a dispute while playing dominoes at a local shop. The argument escalated into a physical altercation, during which Allen reportedly pulled out a knife, stabbing Bias in the left side of his abdomen. After the attack, Allen fled the scene carrying the weapon. Bias, who collapsed in the shop, was quickly taken to the Maikoni Hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. A post-mortem examination is scheduled and the body is currently at Bailey's funeral parlor. Meanwhile, the suspect, Allen, went to the Weldad police station after the incident, claiming self-defense, stating that bias attacked him with a piece of wood, leading to the fatal encounter. Authorities promptly arrested Allen, who remains in custody as investigations continues. Stick around when we return. Mason fisherman found dead with multiple wounds in shallow grave, and fatal pedestrian accident on east bank of Essequibo. Investigations underway.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel.
Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Hold on to your Santa hats because there's up to $50 million in cash to be won. Activate any data plan and you can be one of 14 winners to join Digicel's Spin to Win game show, where you can win millions in cash. Activate a data plan today on the best network and make this Christmas the best one yet.
Digicel.
It's Christmas at Kissoon's Furniture Store. We are fully stocked for the holidays with a wide variety of furniture to choose from store-wide. Beautiful sofas, dinette sets, rugs, pillows, foam and hybrid cooling mattresses in all sizes, beds in king, queen and single sizes, and so much more. Come on down to our mega store or our Rob Street location. Merry Christmas from Kissoon's Furniture Store.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boiling high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Welcome back. Anita Narain, a 47-year-old pedestrian from Providence, East Bank, Demerara, tragically lost her life in a fatal accident on the public road at Le Destin, East Bank, Essequibo last evening. The incident occurred around 7:45 p.m. Narain was struck down by a minibus BAD 6362 driven by a 41-year-old from Block 8 Tushin, East Bank, Essequibo. Preliminary investigations indicate that the minibus was traveling at high speed along the southern side of the road when it collided with Narain, who was crossing from north to south. As a result of the collision, Narain fell, sustaining injuries. The driver promptly picked her up, placed her in the minibus, and rushed her to the Sheriff Hospital at Lenora. Despite receiving treatment, Narain succumbed to her injuries and was pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. The body is currently at the Ezekiel Funeral Home, Best Village, awaiting a post-mortem examination. A breathalyzer test conducted on the driver revealed that he was not intoxicated. The driver, however, is in custody, cooperating with the ongoing investigations. Authorities are continuing their probe into the circumstances surrounding the tragic incident. In other news, Gaucharan Prasad, a 37-year-old man from Crabwood Creek, Berbice, who went missing during a fishing trip with friends, was tragically found dead in a shallow grave with multiple wounds on Tuesday, December 19th. Gaucharan left his home last Thursday, December 16th, to go on a fishing trip with two friends and never returned home. His brother received information that Prasad was shot and killed by one of his friends during the trip. Despite a search, the body was discovered 3 days later in a drain covered with debris. Prasad's body bore multiple wounds, suggesting that his death was not natural. Police have detained 2 individuals for questioning in connection with the incident, and the investigation is ongoing. The body is now at the Skeldon Hospital mortuary awaiting a post-mortem examination. Don't go away after the break. Dominican Republic repatriated over 200,000 Haitians in 2023, and U.S. announces 10-nation force to counter Houthi attacks in Red Sea.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel.
This Christmas, it's all about the best. Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Get half off and a whopping 50 gigs of data when you purchase the Samsung A04 for just $14,000, the Samsung A14 for just $29,000, or the Samsung A24 for just $35,000. That's right, half off and 50 gigs of data. It doesn't get any better than this. So why wait? This Christmas, buy nothing but the best. Offer good while stocks last.
Digicel.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Current smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
It's Christmas at Kissoon's Furniture Store. We are fully stocked for the holidays with a wide variety of furniture to choose from store-wide. Beautiful sofas, dinette sets, rugs, pillows, foam and hybrid cooling mattresses in all sizes. Beds in king, queen and single sizes and so much more. Come on down to our mega store or our Rob Street location. Merry Christmas from Kissoon's Furniture Store.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. From Haiti, A concerning update: the Dominican Republic repatriated over 224,000 Haitian nationals between January and November 2023, according to the Support Group for Returnees and Refugees. This surge, marked by a Dominican response to a Haitian border initiative, includes various forms of returns and pushbacks. GARR's data shows a staggering total of 492,140 Haitians returned, including many pregnant women and unaccompanied minors. In November alone, there were over 23,000 deportations, with a significant number of men, women, and children affected. GARR highlights the dire condition of these repatriations, including physical abuse, denial of health care, and inhumane treatment during arrests. Additionally, the U.S. Coast Guard intercepted 5,100 Haitian migrants attempting to reach the U.S., repatriating them post-arrest, adding to the humanitarian concerns. Internationally, Kuwait's new emir is due to be sworn in before Parliament on Wednesday. Sheikh Michal Al-Hamad Al-Sabah is succeeding his half-brother Sheikh Nawaf, who died on Saturday. Al Jazeera's Assad Beish reports.
A final prayer and farewell to the late Emir and his half-brother Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmad Al-Sabah. The new Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Michal Al-Ahmad Al-Sabah, is set to take an oath at a special session of the National Assembly. But before that, his duty was to lay the late Emir to rest. Sheikh Michal shed a tear for his brother. Sheikh Michal had already been de facto leader since 2021, when ailing Sheikh Nawaf handed over his duties. He was Deputy Chief of the National Guard and Head of State Security for over a decade. But it was when he was named Crown Prince at the age of 80 in 2020 that thrust him into the political limelight.
I believe by witnessing what His Highness was able to accomplish in the last 2 years, plus what is known about his character and his leadership at the National Guard, he's a reformist. He is somebody who doesn't allow nepotism or favorism to impact his decisions.
The nation continues to mourn and remember Sheikh Nawaf, but there are high hopes that the new 83-year-old Emir will continue to build on his work over the last 2 years.
We will see a lot of changes in policies as well as improve of the economy to compete with our neighbors and GCC countries. That's what all Kuwaitis expect from Sheikh Michal.
Kuwait is unique in the region. It has an elected parliament, a government appointed by the Emir, but a principle of ruling by consensus. The selection of the Crown Prince must be put before Parliament to be voted on and must receive a 2/3 majority. Over the last few days, Sheikh Michal has been receiving dignitaries. It's a role he has been doing for 2 years as a Crown Prince, but now he can make it his own. Kuwait did not take part in the blockade of Qatar imposed by Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the UAE and Bahrain, and it was instrumental in brokering a deal that ended the blockade in 2021.
I think the policy of Kuwait foreign policies will remain as it is. Zero enemies, a lot of friends, whether it's regional or international.
Flags continue to fly at half-staff in the capital, but the winds of change may not come with this Emir. But when his successor is announced with hopes, it will be someone that can take the next generation forward.
People here in Kuwait appreciate the country's domestic and regional stability and continuity. And with the transition of power to the new Emir, those are the two things they don't want to compromise on. Assad Beg, Al Jazeera, Kuwait City.
The U.S. Defense Secretary has arrived in Doha after visiting Bahrain and Israel on Monday. Lloyd Austin announced the formation of a multinational naval task force to patrol the Red Sea. It's in response to attack by Houthi fighters from Yemen on commercial vessels passing through the crucial shipping route. Al Jazeera's Stephanie Decker reports.
The Palestinian flag is painted onto a Houthi helicopter as they film themselves taking over a cargo ship in the Red Sea. The fighters have increased attacks on vessels in the Bab al-Mandeb Strait since the start of Israel's war on Gaza, and they've become far more sophisticated in their methods. It's causing a ripple effect in one of the world's most important shipping routes.
it will have an impact, an inflation shock on the global economy if it increases. We already saw European gas prices jump by 12%, UK gas prices jump, and oil rose by 4% to around $77 a barrel from a 5-month low that we saw just in this last week.
The US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is on a regional tour and has announced the formation of a multinational task force to patrol waters in the region. The attacks have led to several firms suspending operations in the Red Sea due to the deteriorating security situation. The British oil and natural gas company BP is the latest to stop all its consignments. All these major shipping companies have already stopped using the passage, with some rerouting their vessels around the southern tip of Africa, which can add around 10 days to the journey. The Taiwanese container shipping line Evergreen is rerouting too, and has said that it will temporarily refuse to transport Israeli cargo. All this disruption will cause delays to things like energy supplies, grain, and manufactured goods, all of which are transported via the shipping lane. It comes at a time when the Panama Canal, another major trade route, is battling with a water crisis. The number of vessel crossings have been curtailed due to drought-induced congestion. Analysts say the shipping industry hasn't faced this kind of pressure in decades. The final list of countries that have joined the Security Task Force has not yet been confirmed, but notably, it excludes countries bordering the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, like Egypt and Saudi Arabia. This is a global issue, and for the Houthis, it's not just about Gaza, analysts say.
So there are other ulterior motives, there are political motivations for the Houthis to continue doing this. It's not just about being in solidarity with Gaza. They have an agenda of their own. They are linked to Iran, they are aligned with Iran, and want to be governing Yemen. So the Houthis are wielding incredible power right now over the global economy in a global artery for world trade.
It highlights how the safety of crossing a narrow waterway of around just 30 kilometers wide has far-reaching global implications. Stephanie Decker, Al Jazeera.
And finally, Thailand's Prime Minister says he is withdrawing a defamation case against a leading anti-corruption crusader. Al Jazeera's Tony Cheng reports.
The art of making a big entrance is something Chewit Kamon knows a lot about. It's given him a platform to tackle what he says is the greatest scourge to afflict Thailand.
The corruption is part of the Thai people's life. You can see the corruption everywhere. So when I talk about the corruption, I know it. It feels like a naturally in my gut.
At today's media circus, the focus is the current Prime Minister and allegations of impropriety in land deals, an accusation that's been vigorously denied. The chain of evidence is long and complicated, with much room for dispute, but the cameras are here for the man, not the facts. Mr. Chewit is an unlikely and some would say flawed hero. He started his career as a massage parlour owner, the perfect place, he says, to learn about corruption.
I am a Hugh Hefner, I am the playboy, I am a pimp, I am a politician, I am the media. I am what I am.
A short period as a politician ended when he was jailed for illegal eviction, then released early under a royal pardon. Since then, he's rarely been out of the public eye, claiming the role of national whistleblower. Critics of Mr. Chewit say that his anti-corruption campaigns are all about promoting his own business agenda, and that he only takes on the police and politicians because of his business interests. Others say the problem is the erosion of real democracy in Thailand.
We got to democratize. For me, this time is very hard for Thai society. We have a constitution written by the coup.
Mr. Chewit is delivering his folder of evidence to the police. But this will be his last fight, he says. A cancer diagnosis is forcing him to retire from the public eye.
The spotlight will turn off, the camera will turn off, and everybody go out. That is the end. I'm happy to do that. Enough is enough.
Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Bangkok.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's FTV2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.